Hello, it is Throwback Thursday, July 13th, 2023. Steve Sipress here, and it was 45 years ago today that the son of Henry Ford, one of the greatest entrepreneurs and business people in all-time history, but Henry Ford II, the son of Henry Ford, fired Lee Iacocca because he just didn't like him. Lee Iacocca was an out-of-the-box renegade type of thinker, which of course leads to entrepreneurial success, but not so much in the world of big business, big government, big anything, which is much more about process and towing the line and following the rules and kissing the butts and all that kind of stuff instead of getting out there and getting results. So a couple of lessons here. Number one is the old second generation business owner / entrepreneur lesson that often the founder of the company builds the company from scratch, starts the company, builds it, knows everything that went into it, blood, sweat, tears, and then you hand it down to the second generation and they completely screw it up. So Henry Ford II did not completely screw up the Ford Motor Company, but he certainly isn't on any list of the top business owners of all time, or even the most mediocre business owners of all time. He's likely on the list of the worst business owners of all time. And so that's lesson number one. Is I know it's a dream of a lot of business owners to pass on their business to their son or daughter or family member, but often not only does that not happen, and we've spoken about it a lot here, often because the child sees the parent's lifestyle of tremendous amount of stress and pressure, working all the time, neglecting family, not doing great, not making a lot of money. They're just not doing their advertising and marketing correctly. They could have an excellent product or service, but of course that's not what brings in the money. And so lo and behold, surprise, surprise, second generation does not want to take over that business, but when they do, often they completely screw it up. And Henry Ford II is no exception to that. And the second lesson is Lee Iacocca's renegade massive success. First of all, while he was with Ford and president of Ford, he designed, developed, was the whole everything behind the Ford Mustang, one of the most successful car models of all time. And when Henry Ford II fired Lee Iacocca from Ford, Henry Ford II knew he was not doing well. He was near death. He was certainly near leaving the Ford Motor Company. He hated Lee Iacocca, so he absolutely did not want to leave it to him. So he just out and out fired him on this date 45 years ago. And the next year, 1979, Chrysler took on Lee Iacocca as the head of the corporation, where Chrysler was about to go belly up, bankrupt, into non-existence. See ya, out of here. And the first thing Lee Iacocca did is go beg the federal government with the old, we're too big to fail, or if you let us fail, it'll have a rippling effect on the economy, which was already, that was the Carter days. It was already similar to today. It was a horrible, horrible destruction of an economy by another liberal screw-up president running the thing. And so it worked. Government bailed out Chrysler. The next year they turned a profit, and within a couple of years they had their record profits of all time, and Lee Iacocca was a celebrity and wrote a best-selling memoir and was on the cover of every business magazine and interviewed all over the place, and widely regarded as one of the most successful CEOs of any company ever. An amazing turnaround of a completely disastrous, near bankrupt company. So congratulations and happy anniversary on this Throwback Thursday to the day that launched it all, the day that Lee Iacocca was fired from the sinking ship of the Ford Motor Company. And that's the third and final lesson today is, I had one of my free consultations. Go to www.thewowstrategy.com. You can get a free training and possibly get a free consultation with me. I did one today with a dentist who's doing real well. Said, I don't need help with advertising and marketing. We got plenty of patients. I need help with more staff. Having trouble keeping good people, getting good people, having enough people to handle all the patients that I'm getting. And so I had a consultation with him, and didn't bring up Iacocca by name, but that whole concept of, as Jim Collins writes in the, I believe, the opening chapter of his book, Good to Great, get the right people on the bus. how to get superstars to come work for you. There are certain ways to do it, and certain ways in your want ads, which of course is advertising, that will absolutely repel top performers. So it doesn't matter what the unemployment rate is. If you're looking for top performers, they're not unemployed. So it doesn't matter how many people are unemployed. Top performers are very often frustrated and unhappy where they are, and they're looking to plug into a superstar situation, surrounded by other superstars in a superstar organization. Lee Iacocca didn't quite do that. He didn't plug into a superstar organization. He went into a decrepit, bumbling, fumbling, crappy situation, and he famously and successfully turned it around. So way to go, Lee Iacocca. That'll do it. For Throwback Thursday, July 13th, 2023, we'll be back tomorrow as we are in the home stretch of about to wrap up our series on the fantastic foundational book, The Magic of Thinking Big by Dr. David J. Schwartz. I will catch you tomorrow. Over and out as the sun sets in the west. We are only a few days away now from breaking the all-time, and I say that tongue-in-cheek because the records only go back a few decades. But even though we're in a worldwide cooling period, of course, we temporarily are having a heat wave across the southern part of the U.S., and we're about to break the record for the most consecutive recorded 110-degree days in a row. That'll happen in a few days. And, of course, again, the Earth's been a heck of a lot hotter, and it survived. It's been a heck of a lot cooler. The climate is always changing, and no matter how many tax dollars you steal from people, you're not going to change that or change the weather or any of that BS, but you are going to steal more money from more people and scam them and all that kind of good stuff the government loves to do. Anyway, Jim Lux is here. Great seeing you. I know you are not stupid enough to fall for the climate scam or the experimental drug shot in the arm scam, or the stand 6 feet apart scam, or the wear a piece of cloth on your face scam, or all kinds of scams by big business, big government. Jim's one of the smart ones out there. Hope you are too. Thanks for being here today. I'll catch you tomorrow. Over and out. Bye-bye.